Hello and good afternoon and welcome to the Sunday show. I'm Kuhinoor. I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. I'm really excited about today because I love bringing guests on that are, especially Bangladeshi women who are doing really, really well. Of course, I love everyone coming on the show, but it really does. It makes me feel really proud, especially seeing young women doing so well in our community. So we do have a jam-packed show, but I wanted to introduce my first guest to you. Her name is Fabiha Sultana. She is an emerging, upcoming fashion designer she's on her second collection, and she's only 24 years old. So I am excited to have her in the studio and find out a little bit more about what she's been doing. So hello and welcome.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you. So Fabiha, 24 years old, you've just finished your master's.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you
You
very
got a
much.
distinction, right?
Yeah, distinction grade.
Wow. So not only talented, but very hardworking and doing really well in studies as well. So it's fantastic. So well done. And that was at Birmingham, right?
Yeah, that was at the Birmingham School of Art, Fashion and Textiles Design.
Yeah.
So I literally on the 7th of January just graduated. It took me 2 years to...
Wow. That's incredible. And before that, you were at University of Wolverhampton.
Yeah.
And you did your undergrad.
Yeah.
And that was also in fashion.
Yeah, that was in Fashion and Textiles Design. That was my bachelor's degree. That was 3 years, so 5 years altogether of
my goodness.
University life.
Look, I've already seen your collection at the UK BCCI Awards. So I know you showcased a collection there.
Yeah.
And my first thought was like, oh my goodness, who is this person? Like, she's so creative and so talented. So well done.
Thank you very much.
It's fantastic.
I'm glad you like it.
But what I wanted to, I guess, understand from you, I mean, you actually, your fashion collection is based on menswear.
Yeah.
And which is a shame. Because I was like, I want to see your collection. I mean, first of all, I'm loving what you're wearing today.
Oh,
the
thank
scarf,
you very much.
Great print. But I guess I just wanted to understand your journey more. But really, when did this all start? Did you know that you wanted to become a fashion designer? And how did it all happen?
I think I always had passion for designing. So when I was a young child, I always enjoyed drawing, painting, and doing anything that's creative. And my parents always used to, buy me pens and crayons because I just loved it so much. So I would sit there and enjoy creating portraits of my mom or my sister, my auntie, or anyone that I see. And it was just a passion that I had since I was young, and I went to school and I already knew that I wanted to go into something to do with fashion.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but I just knew.
Oh, that's incredible. And it's so, not everyone has that. Some people, they go through their school years and still trying to figure out what they want to do. So I think it's wonderful that you already recognised what your passion was and what you wanted to pursue. Now, I don't think, and I may be wrong, but I mean, were you encouraged to do being told when you grow up become a teacher, a lawyer, or a doctor? Did you have any of that pressure at all?
No. I'm so lucky that I honestly didn't. With my parents, they have been so supportive with me being in the design industry, and I don't think a lot of people from especially being Bangladeshi, understand the creative industry. So I did get a lot of people, that would make remarks that, oh, what are you going to do with art and design?
Yeah.
You need a proper subject. And to me, art was a proper subject.
Yeah.
But my father and my mother, they both really seen the potential in what I wanted, and they've supported me from
Oh, that's
start.
fantastic. Well, let's have a look at a clip.
Yeah, sure.
I just want to get a flavour of your passion and your interests.
Yeah.
Myself as a young female
would travel to Bangladesh at least twice a year so that we could go and take part in the cultural lifestyle. And for me, I fell in love with Bangladesh. I like to express myself through fashion. So me as a textile surface pattern designer, I am able to express a certain experience or an emotion through my paintings and drawings and then develop that into a fashion answer. For me, my inspiration is my father and also my mother, so we can't choose between the two. But I think my favourite part is actually seeing my work coming to life and seeing the models wearing my work. Initially, I love painting. It's just something that I love doing, but when everything comes together and you can see a vision, especially for a runway, I think that is just breathtaking.
Wow, that's incredible. It looks honestly amazing. You talk about being inspired by your mum and dad, and you talk about obviously, you know, going to Bangladesh. Talk to me about your inspiration and how that has really carved your passion.
My inspiration definitely is both my parents. So since I was young, I've always seen my mother, who is very hardworking. She's very supportive with everything. So she inspires me to be an independent woman. She always tells me stories. She'll always motivate me to become a strong, independent woman. And especially being from this generation, she always encourages us to stand on our 2 feet and, you know, rule the world. You know, she's always given me that encouragement. And with my father, who is actually known in the Bangladeshi community himself, Dr. M.G. Maulamia, he has supported me and inspired me so much. He's a business entrepreneur himself, and he works with the British and Bangladeshi community a lot. He's a community activist, so the way he is and the way that he works and just the way that he is very motivated with his businesses and his projects or anything that he has or to support someone really inspired me as a young lady. You know, like seeing your father waking up early, doing late nights and always having time for his family, doing all of that really inspired me, because I thought, I'm a woman, but I want to do that. I want to have a family. I want to take care of everyone, you know, and run my own business on the side as well.
That's incredible.
So definitely my dad. And my inspiration with Bangladesh, I'd say since I was young, like my parents have always taken us to Bangladesh.
So you go twice a year, right?
Yeah, so when I was young, we used to go twice a year and stay there for like 2 months. Like long duration. So I think me going there, I literally experienced so much. I got to really take part in the cultural lifestyle in Bangladesh.
Yeah. So you split your time between Dhaka and Sylhet, right?
Oh yeah. So we stay in. I'm from Bazaar.
Right.
And we also have a basha in Dhaka. So we tend to like travel around when we get to Bangladesh, and we go stay in Gulshan in Dhaka, and then we'll go to Mauliv Bazar, do like the 7-hour journey going from the 2 cities. But I think doing that journey really gave me a real insight of Bangladesh and the lifestyle, just seeing the people on the streets and everything around.
So when you go to Bangladesh, because you said you've been inspired by Bangladesh, what are you like for example, to give you an example, the print that you're wearing now, the scarf that you're wearing now, you said that's been inspired
by the streets of Bangladesh.
Explain to me how.
So when I went to Bangladesh last, which was in 2016, I went around with my Nikon camera as an art student, you know, what we do, and I took photographs of everything that inspired me, and I focused more on the streets of Bangladesh because that's where you see the culture. you know, and the raw elements to Bangladesh. So this scarf that I designed here was inspired by the wall art. So you know, in Bangladesh you get like the textured walls, you know, they've put posters on, but some are peeling away, you know, and then you've got someone painted on top and with Bangladeshi writing, typography, all of that. So I took the element of that and I tried to create my own surface print design.
Oh, that's incredible. Honestly.
Yeah, so all of this was inspired by a Bangladeshi wall in in Moulabibazar.
Yeah, no, it's lovely, and I can see the you know, where you were talking about it peeling and things like that.
Yeah,
I can see the texture. Yeah, I can see the texture on the print. So I think you have to have a creative eye. You know, if I'm honest with you, if I was to look at a wall, I don't think I'd get inspired by it. But you clearly have been, so it's fantastic.
Yeah, I get inspired by random things. Like, honestly, like my parents would think, why are you taking the photograph of peeling paint?
Yeah.
But it really inspired me to create something from that.
Yeah.
And I've always been that person that was inspired by the most random things ever.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So no, we watched her at the beginning. We were talking about what's inspired her, but really I want to get the crux of, you know, what it takes to become a designer, right? Yeah. And what goes behind it. But also, I really want to talk about your collection, ShonarBangla, and how that came about. So talk me through that. Talk me through, you've done your master's.
Yeah.
Now tell me, how do you become a designer?
I graduated from university in 2017, and I graduated in Fashion and Textiles, and I didn't know where I was going after graduating from my bachelor's degree, and I thought, how can I use this to create a business sort of model and a brand identity? So when I started my master's program, I looked into, you know, Bangladeshi fashion and the culture, because it means a lot to me. Obviously, it's a part of my lifestyle being British Bangladeshi. So from there, I continued researching for the past 2 years, and I created a business model, and I then looked into marketing, fashion marketing, and I tried to create a brand identity, create a collection, which took hours of work. I would literally work from morning and do really late night shifts, literally till 5 a.m. and my parents would tell me, are you going to go to sleep yet? But I spent a lot of time, you know, creating, because with my design process, I start by taking photographs, like I said earlier, and from those photographs I'll pick out elements, and then I love abstract painting, so my style of work is abstract painting and continuous line drawings. So with those two combined techniques, I like to you know, create print designs for fashion, and from there I'll do the painting and so on, and then create fabrics with my designs, and then from that I'll create a product idea.
Wow.
So it's a long process, and nobody really understands that actually it's not it's not just a garment on a hanger, it's actually a lot of hard work that we put into it.
Days of work.
Yeah.
Look, we've got a short clip of, you know, some of the behind the scenes about your collection. So let's have a watch of that.
Yeah, sure.
ShonarBangla by Fabiha Sultana, adopting cultural fusion. Fabiha Sultana focuses and challenges culture, lifestyles, and celebrates the differences for a contemporary luxury menswear brand.
Today, Junior!
The brand's vision and conceptual ideas are aimed to paint and visually express key elements from British and Bangladeshi culture by merging them together, creating something more innovative and contemporary. Fabiha Sultana is a print-driven brand which focuses on expressing personal experiences through fashion. brand will derive its main sources of inspiration from the deeply rooted cultures of Britain and Bangladesh, translated through a multiple of mediums: photography, art, and textiles methods. Showcasing the differences and similarities of British and Bangladeshi life, the brand focuses on creating high-quality fabrics using various textiles techniques such as screen printing, puff binding, digital printing, and embroidery. ShonarBangla by Fabiha Sultana is for those who appreciate different cultures and lifestyles.
Wow, Fabiha, a beautiful collection. That is such a beautiful collection, and it's amazing that you use. Well, you've got so many things that you think about. You think about like photography and prints and so on. So it's a combination of
Yeah,
things
combination of all sorts of medias that I bring together.
Wow. So and look, and you talk about here challenging lifestyles and cultures, and talk to me about that.
So my aim behind my brand is to challenge the two different lifestyles. So being a British Bangladeshi and obviously being brought up in Britain, my aim is to build a brand that focuses on the Bangladeshi culture but also with the British culture. So my aim is to make Bangladeshi culture more prominent in the international fashion industry. Because, you know, when you look into like London, Paris, Milan Fashion Week, there are no designers out there that are Bangladeshi on the runway shows. Like there are designers such as Kenzo, who are, Japanese. He's a Japanese designer himself, and he's worldwide recognized. So my aim behind my brand is to make Bangladeshi culture more recognized worldwide.
Do you also teach? Don't you?
Yeah,
I mean, that's incredible. I mean, you're launching as a designer, but you're also giving back and teaching others. Talk to me about that.
So I'm teaching at the Birmingham School of Art. So what I like to do is inspire the students who are postgraduate students. I teach the masters, fashion, textiles, and fashion marketing students. I like to create, recognition and a platform for them, for the creative industry, and sort of teach them and showcase how you can infuse different elements, different textiles mediums into your work, and I sort of help them create a strong portfolio so that they are, after they graduate, they know and they have a clear vision with what they would like to do with their degrees.
And do you teach them about your heritage and your background?
Yeah, I've had lectures on about me. So I've stood there and I've spoken to them about Bangladeshi culture and how I've used my culture to create a brand identity, to create new design ideas, and it's very innovative because after doing research, I've seen that Bangladesh doesn't have a luxury menswear, brand that's focused on streetwear design, which is more in trend at the moment. And obviously, with the new generation, we want more contemporary art. So my whole aim by teaching them is to, build a bridge from Britain to Bangladesh and keep them connected, because there are a lot of Bangladeshis in the UK. So I want people to walk on the streets of London with them connected to the roots of Bangladesh.
Course. And it would be fantastic to see people wearing your clothes, and it's a statement, For me, it just looks wow. That is Bangladesh, right there with all the calligraphy and the prints and so on.
Yeah, like the silhouettes are very simple,
Yeah.
but I look into detail with the prints because I think that's what makes it more, eye-catching.
For me, you are breaking barriers, okay? Because it's so wonderful to see a young woman who is going into an industry where, I guess it's not something that you hear every day, and it's hard to break into. but you've already got your second collection. You've been nominated for business awards and already, which is fantastic. For young women at home, or for young girls at home who have a passion, and they just don't know exactly how to bring that out, what advice would you give them?
My advice to young women out there would be, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be with the art sector. It could be anything, but whatever your dreams and aspirations are, honestly go for it, achieve it. You know, don't get put off by little comments, or if someone doesn't see the potential within yourself. I think that you need to be your own motivator. You know, you have to motivate yourself, because if you can't motivate yourself or see potential within yourself, you will never be able to succeed in anything in life.
Well, Fabiha, thank you so much. We've actually run out of time for coming in, and you truly are an inspiration, not only to young females but to everyone in our community. And everyone should be proud of you. And I can't wait to see more from you. And I hope you can come back and share. You know, when you do your third collection, that you can share and come back and talk to us about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow! So that was Fabiha Sultana. What an amazing young woman. I will see you next week. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you then. Bye.